We're at the Minisforum booth at Computex 2023, and I don't know how they keep doing it, but I saw the last one, I was like, this is a Mac Mini killer. It's cheaper than the Mac Mini, it's faster than the Mac Mini, and you know what? They have another one that is basically the same price as a Mac Mini with no storage and whatnot, but it is even more faster. It's got RDNA 3 graphics and Zen 4 cores that turbo to over 5 gigahertz in a box. It's an eighth of a shoebox. That's how small this thing is. And we're gonna tear it apart. We're gonna see how fast it goes, assuming we can get a monitor from Asus. Shout out Asus. The last one we checked out was called the UM790. Well, this is the UM790 Pro. On the front, we've got a power button, two USB 4 40 gigabit ports. Is that microphone? Microphone, headphone, combo jack. There's a little reset button, and then I assume that's a power indicator. On the side, mesh, because this is a 54 watt max TDP CPU, which is actually the same amount of power as the littler one that we looked at, but it's Zen 4, it's RDNA 3, it's going to be quite a bit faster. On the back, the thing that I love about these Miniforums things, there's just so much I/O. It's kind of ridiculous. I talked about in the AverMedia thing that you could use this as a streaming PC. You seriously could. 2.5 gigabit LAN, always nice to see. This time we have two USB HDMI 2.1 ports, which was a bit of a gripe on the last one. Hopefully we can actually do high refresh rate output, but the monitor that Asus has found now is ProArt, so I don't know if it's high refresh rate. It's probably not high refresh rate, right? It's probably 60 hertz. Okay, well, that's fine. Having any monitor is better than nothing. For power, it's a 19 volt power brick. We had a bit of a last minute tragedy. They don't have the power brick for this thing. So I sent Sasha on a wild goose chase to find a 19 volt power brick, which conveniently is a kind of a standard for monitors and laptops. And they did find one, but it's only 90 watts. And they were saying that the usual power brick for this is 120. I'm hoping because it's 55-ish watts, that will be okay, but we're just gonna have to wait and see because there is still storage and stuff to consider. On the side over here, we've got a bunch of 10 gig Type A ports, which is, again, awesome, lots of I/O. That's pretty much it on the outside. Sleek packaging. The outside of this one is a nice kind of, it looks like a sandblasted kind of aluminum finish. It feels a lot more premium than the other one. And to be fair, there is a bit of a price premium, but you're getting a lot more performance and there is a lot more interesting stuff going on inside. So why don't we crack it open? It comes off, it's sticky. Oh my God. I said this in the last video. I really think that these shouldn't be sticky. They should have some other way to mount because then you can't reuse it. It's fine. You can buy this thing as a bare bones kit with no RAM and no CPU. This one has 32 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, but on their website you can configure it as high as 1 terabyte with 64 gigs of RAM or as low as 16 gigs of RAM with 512 gigs of storage. Oh, look at that. Okay, there's a little cable. Oh, there's two cables. Oh, there's many cables. I guess this thing has two fans, actually. This is the fan on the back, and there's a completely different fan for the cooler. This fan and heatsink is to cool the M.2 SSDs. There's a fan in here, and a heatsink, and then thermal pads. Okay, I got the fan cable, but there is also Wi-Fi antennas, but they're underneath the SSDs. 512 gig Gen 4 Kingston drive, and what you might notice, there's two Gen 4 slots instead of just one. That means in theory you could run RAID 0, which would be kind of insane on a device like this. I probably wouldn't recommend that. Or RAID 1, so you could have a little bit of, I guess, sort of redundancy in your boot drive, which is always nice. Although RAID 1 is usually not too heavy because there's not really any parity data to calculate. So it's probably okay. Over here, we've got a slot for the Wi-Fi card. Oh my God, this does support USB-C power. Does this support USB power? No, we spent so much time trying to find a power brick. Oh my God. Okay, I don't even have time to be like distraught. That's great though. I mean, you can run it on Type-C. I have a 140 watt power brick in my bag. We should use that. Then we can use the high refresh rate monitor. 140 watt, we're good.
Thanks to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. When we need to upgrade our audio gear at LMG, we can count on the fine folks at Sweetwater to carry the latest and greatest. Whether it's mics, headphones, sound mixers, preamps, or cowbells, they got everything you need more of. Not sure what products you need? Use the comprehensive resources on their site to help guide you, or speak to a Sweetwater sales engineer for personalized gear advice. Sound clearer, crisper, and cleaner with Sweetwater. Check them out at the link below.
All right, for RAM, we have our two 16 gig sticks. Because this is Zen 4, should be DDR5. Let's put it back in. There's two sticks. They're both removable, so you totally can service this thing. You totally can upgrade this thing. Speaking of the CPU, it's a Ryzen 9 7940HS, which is kind of like a mobile laptop SKU. 8 core, 16 thread, base clock of 4 gigahertz, and turbos to a max of 5.2, which is kind of ridiculous. It is configurable TDP, so 35 watts to 54 watts. They put this little plastic piece on there to protect the antenna connectors so stupid people don't rip them off when they're taking it apart. This is very smart. Let's start going further. They're all looking nervous now. It still seems very in there. Oh yeah, there we go. It's just the ports kind of hold it fitted in there. Oh my God, it's so close. Yeah, I give up. I chipped the edge of the PCB. There's nothing there, but I give up. We have 9 minutes to put it back together, boot it into Windows, try to, I don't know, probably not play a game. The internet's too slow to play a game here, but we can at least run Cinebench or something. Let's see if it still turns on. On the website, it says PD in. Let's try it. It's lit up. Hopefully this cable doesn't light on fire. It's a 140 watt brick, so it should be okay. For some perspective of the performance of this processor and everything, compared to the UM790 that we looked at before, it's 15% faster single threaded and around 20% faster overall. Look, it's booted into Windows. Look, just like that. The USB power works. And if you want to compare it to like a desktop CPU, it's about a couple percent slower than a 13600K single threaded, which is kind of mind blowing. I mean, look at this. 13600K is a 125 watt TDP CPU that really runs at more like 200 watts. So this is kind of nuts. Okay, can we get high refresh rate? If we can't, it's definitely not the monitor's fault, I assure you. Unless Sasha brought me a bunk monitor. Oh my God, 1080p 240, no way. Look at that! This thing is tiny! Oh my God, why'd you bring me a 1080p monitor? What the hell? I'm just kidding, it's actually good because this system is, you would want to game at 1080p if you're gonna game at all. Okay, let's get Cinebench. These downloads are not stressing the Wi-Fi 6E killer chip in here at all. We're probably getting like 1 megabyte down for sure. Oh no, 2.5, that's not bad. And we're downloading Steam at like 1 megabyte a second. Oh God. Oh God, that's not a good sound. That's a we're closing the convention hall type of sound. We're downloading stuff right now too. This is not a perfect science by any stretch of the imagination. 5 gigabytes a second, sick. So it looks like read speeds sequentially, about 5 gigabytes a second read, 3.5 gigabytes a second write. You could probably go faster if you put a faster SSD. This is just like a Kingston OEM kind of SSD. Let's see how fast our memory is running at. 5600, look at that. And there's our CPU. Look at all those cores. You can see base speed 4 gigahertz, and we're running at 4.25 right now, which is pretty cool. All right, Cinebench, let's go, multi-core. Watch the power. 54, look at that, 54 watts. It's the full TDP. It doesn't even care. We're barely cracking like 70 something degrees. Yeah, full power CPU, 54 watts. That's a lot of power in a little package like this. This is a really hard area to evaluate noise because they're playing music like get the hell out of the convention center, but I'm trying to hear it. You can hear it. You can definitely hear it. It's kicking off a lot of heat. It's definitely ripping. If you look at the core temperatures, the hottest core got up to 76 degrees Celsius, and it still really wasn't that loud. Look at that score. It is as fast as a first generation Threadripper, 16 core. Faster than a 7700K by almost 3 times. That literally these cores, there's half of them, remember, as this Threadripper, they are twice as fast, given that there's half of them. This is ridiculous. Yeah, look at that. Okay, it's 4,000 single threaded, which is about the same as a 13600. It's also about the same as a 13700. The CPU score, almost 31,000 multi-threaded. Is very, very fast. I think that's pretty close to a 12700K, which is mind-boggling because this is so small. We can run 3D Mark, I guess. It's a GTX 780 scores about an 8,000 in this test. This scores about a 7700, so it's kind of in the range of a GTX 780, which is an old card, but this is also basically integrated graphics in a tiny PC. So if your 780 can run it, this probably can. I like the last one because it was so cheap. This is still pretty inexpensive when you consider the performance, and it's got a nice aluminum chassis. It's sick. I love mini PCs. I seriously think that with a USB capture card, this could be a sick streaming PC. I'm sure you could game on it too. RDNA 3 graphics. I really did want to try that, but regardless, check them out in the link in the description. You can buy it bare bones, you can buy it with RAM, you can buy it with SSDs, whatever you want. You can get 2 SSDs if you want. If you like this video, like it, get subscribed, check out the Corsair or the Aver Media Short Circuit I just did at Computex, and yeah, subscribe because we will have more Computex videos.